So it's the first day of senior year, and I am so ready to be done with high school. Third block rolls around, and it's art class. And I got Raymond and Jack in my class. Kid you not, they are in my actual art class. Thinking to myself, this year is gonna be easy. Gonna be hecka fun, great class. Table in front of us has these super hot girls. Only to find out that they're freshmen, but it's okay. They're still hot. There's this one girl at the table in front of us that is particularly hot. To this day, I still have no clue what her name is, so we'll call her Callie. Callie is the nicest looking one out of them all. Just saying. Not trying to slide in, not trying to make moves, just an observation. The four, all good looking. One in the back left, her boobs almost pop out of her shirt, but Callie, she looks nice. All right, second day rolls around. The girl comes into school on crutches. So day one, normal first day outfit, day two, crutches. I'm kind of confused. Why did she have crutches on? So as she's wobbling around the classroom, I couldn't help but look at her butt. And her butt was wet. There was a wet spot in her jeans. So I whisper to Raymond to the left of me, and I'm like, yo, look at Kelly's butt. It's wet. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, did this girl poop her pants? Did she have a really wet fart? Like, why does she come into class with a wet ass? So I'm sitting there dying laughing because, you know, a nice cute little girl come to school with a wet bottom. That's just hilarious. In all my genius, I pull out my phone and I decide to Google wet butt because I'm trying to figure out, why is her butt wet? And obviously there was no way I was going to ask her that day. So I search up wet butt on Google and porn shows up. Lots of it. Being that I'm on the school Wi-Fi, I had to X out of that hecka quick. So then I decide a more friendly search term, and that might give me accurate results. So I decided to search up, why is my girlfriend's butt wet? Because maybe that would indicate something wrong with the Bootius Maximus. So I searched that, and the number one result is a butt orgasm. Now, I don't know about you, but in my freshman health class, we learned a few things about the female body, and that was just not one of them. So I decide to click on that explanation, and what it tells me is that when a girl gets hecka aroused, sometimes she will have sensations in her gluteus maximus area. Now, granted, the website was Urban Dictionary, so I took that with a grain of salt, but it still didn't fully explain why her butt was wet. Unless she was looking at me, then I would understand that, but she didn't look at me that much. So then I remember that I have this other friend in high school who I've been friends with for a long time, and we'll call her Kayla. And Kayla and I, we have been tight BFFs since middle school. And she told me last year about how when she lost her virginity, that it hurt a lot. And specifically that she could not walk around easily. So I put two and two together, and I'm like, well, if my friend who lost her V card last year had hecka problems limping around, she probably used crutches for a few days because, you know, I guess the man had a powerful thrust. And so maybe that's what happened to Callie. Maybe she just got the D and was just recovering from it. Because after the second day, she was no longer on crutches. It was only one day that she brought crutches to school. First day of school, no crutches. Second day, crutches and a wet butt. And then third day, no crutches and no wet butt. My conclusion is that the morning of that day of school, she snuck out with her boyfriend, had anal, forgot to clean up the mess, and then came to school with crutches and forgot to change her pants. Because that seems like the only logical explanation as to why she got a wet butt. And because of this, she has now been coined with the name Swamp Ass. Every day in art class, me, Raymond, and Jack at our table always talk about swamp bass. And it's so funny because nobody else knows what we're talking about. But it was just a really weird second day of school seeing that. And I'm very curious myself what the real reason is, but based off of my observations and knowledge, that was my best guess. So maybe the last day of school, when I have no shame and I will never see my high school again, I will approach her and ask her and be like, so that second day of school when you had crutches and your ass was wet, what was that? I will find out. But for now, we'll have to go with the assumption that she got bamboozled the morning of. And that is the story of swamp bass.